Here's the analogy. Here is you. Think of how an eclipse works. When you have an eclipse, there you have this rock, the moon. It gets in its revolution here, and every so often it gets where it is right smack dab between the earth and the sun, the world and the sun. And what happens essentially in a solar eclipse is where there should be light, now there is no light. It's being blocked. If you're following my analogy, you're the one blocking it. The moon is in the way. It is blocking what should be light. On the other hand, take that same rock representing the essence of who you are. Take that same rock and think of a full moon and how that works. And there you, on a full moon, you have this same thing come up, and you ever see a full moon on a, in the wintertime, when the snow has fallen and the sky's cleared and it's cold and it's crisp and there's no humidity, and that full moon hits the snow. It's like you can go outside, you don't even need a flashlight, right? You can go, it is so bright. Isn't it amazing when you think of it, the same rock can be blocking out the very light that could reach the earth. And on the other situation, not only is it not blocking the light, it is actually a second source of light. It's reflected light, but it's a second source of light. Question, what makes the difference between the first scenario and the second scenario? In one word, position. The position of the moon. In the first, it's in the way. The moon is between Earth and the sun. In our spiritual walk, we can get in that position when we're letting the old man up out of the grave. We can get in a position where we think we know what we're doing, where we're taking the reins, we're taking control. And there we are. Here is doing life. Here is God trying to shine His light on you, and there we are, smack dab, making everything dark. Can do it as Christians. And just get yourself in the way. We are our own worst obstacle in getting ourselves in the way. On the other hand, its position in the full moon, when the moon is actually moves not just out of the way, but it's actually really put itself last. There's the earth and it's letting the sun shine. And you would think, well, then the moon would just go into obscurity, but it doesn't. It actually becomes the second source of light. The same thing happens to us when we get out of the way and we let God be first. When we put aside the old nature, when we get out of God's way, when we get out of our own way, not only do we let God's light shine into doing life, we actually become a source of light ourselves. We're actually the children of God in this way, by reflection, because we really don't have our own light at all, do we? By reflection. Which one describes you better? Are you more like an eclipse or a full moon? What are you more like in your life? Are you a reflected source of the real light, or are you just in the way?